It is my pleasure to introduce Kitty Kinsman, the chair of our board of directors of the South Dakota Hall of Fame. As chair, she provides leadership in governance and strategic direction, presiding over board and executive committee work while guiding the hall's longer-term planning. So it's a lot of work, as you all know, here as well. Kitty brings a disciplined focus to fundraising, stewardship, and board engagement, reinforcing the shared responsibilities of our directors to advance resources and strengthen our impact in the state. Through her leadership, the board remains aligned to the Hall's mission, which is to champion a culture of excellence, and to its purpose, which is to honor, inspire, preserve, and to educate. Please help me welcome Kitty Kinsman, chair of our board of directors.
Wow, what a view of the community that you have enriched. And I am honored, truly honored to be here. This is my hometown. Many of you know that, and several of you didn't, but now you do. Before I get started, I want to thank Sanford Health. They've sponsored our Acts of Excellence program for the last 3 years. We hope they will continue.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. Can you hear now?
Yeah,
Can you hear me now? I'm sorry. Teacher voice. So I want to thank, just to get started, to thank Sanford Health for their sponsorship of the Hall of Fame's Acts of Excellence program for the last 3 years, and I hope that that will continue going on to the future. I'd also like to recognize my fellow board members, Mike Hartney, who I think you guys all know, and Jerry Lickness from the Hall of Fame Board of Directors, who together we helped to do and honor excellence across the state of South Dakota. When this award was announced, of course, I've got two distinguished board members here who could have done this. But this is my hometown, and I was reflecting on the connections, which took me back quite a ways, with the Sisters of the Mother of God Monastery. And so I consider it a special privilege, not just as chairman of the Hall of Fame, but as a former Watertown community member with family connections that extend back many years. And I wanted to share a couple of them with you. One of the first was I had 3 first cousins, both from here, none of them who live here now, who were some of the first girls at Harmony Hill High School when it opened. And I remember, because I went from IC school in 8 years into public school, and they got to come here. And of course, I'm not going to go into the stories that they've told me, but let's just say that they had a great time, maybe a romping good time out at Harmony Hill, and they took many memories away and a great education. So I just wanted, that was one of my first memories when I think this was Carpenter Hill at the time, and became Harmony Hill, which honors so many things. Shortly after high school, I had a summer job with the Watertown Parks Department helping supervise parks. And in the capacity of doing that, I met this nun who was then wearing the contemporary short habit and tennis shoes. And she was working with the Parks Department. She came up to me today and asked if I recognized her, Sister Janice Iverson.
Yeah.
She taught me tennis for the 2 summers. I think we would meet at 7 in the morning, maybe down at Nelson Park before we had to go to work. And I'm thinking at that time, wow, this is a really different place for a sister in the community, because I had gone to Catholic school, and we lived just south of St. Anne's Hospital, so I had different experiences, and I thought, wow, and she was a mean tennis player, let me tell you, mean tennis player. So I continued to play tennis after that, and I later learned, I think in the conversations, that you did fitness training with the fire department. You were helping I don't know if it's volunteer or otherwise, in way, many different ways. So I think truly a fitness fiend in my memory. And then there was my family's business relationship. My dad, Earl, had a business relationship with the sisters and the monastery for many, many years, helping them with their insurance needs and as I'm understanding, other things as well. And I know if he were here today, he would reflect on the warm memories that he had, the coffees that he came out, and I'm going through, and I'm not going to be able to name all of them, but my sister Lori and I were talking, and some of you are here, but Sister Augusta, Sister Ramona, Sister Joyce, Sister Jean, Yeezy, Sister Judith. It's just started to fill my head when we started to talk about that, and so I just thank you for bringing back those memories. He really genuinely loved the friendships that he had out here, and just visiting with several of you today, I know why. And those friendships took on a new dimension when years later, many of you know, my father moved into Bennett Assisted Living, and the sisters continued their friendships with him. They would come over to visit and often brought him communion when he could no longer make it to the chapel to attend Mass. So I just want to say your generosity of spirit, your community engagement, your examples of service have been an inspiration to me and to my family on a very personal level, and that was part of the reason that I wanted to be here today for this special honor of your community. And it's just that kind of service that both of individuals and organizations that the Hall of Fame wants to recognize, efforts that have made a lasting impact in their communities. It spotlights dedication and achievement that are quietly shaping our futures. Each award recipient exemplifies for us what it means to lead with integrity, innovation, and a commitment to service. And as I said, we've experienced that on a personal level. So what I want to share with you all now is the nomination, the history of the Sister of God Monasteries, short version, and their reason for being selected as an Acts of Excellence Award. The Benedictine Sisters of Mother of God Monastery have been serving the people of South Dakota since the late 1870s, when they arrived from Switzerland to minister to German immigrants and Native Americans by establishing schools and providing health care across the territory before statehood. From humble beginnings at St. Mary's in Pierre in 1961, the sisters established their home base on Harmony Hill in 1964, which that was news to me, eventually touching the lives of so many people through nursing, education, and their ministry throughout the Dakotas and beyond. As their community aged, with a median age of 86 and just 29 sisters remaining, and I understand 28 now, they faced a pivotal decision on what to do with their 485-acre campus. Rather than sell the land, they chose to transform it into a multi-phase, intergenerational community rooted in their core values of hospitality, human dignity, and care for others. During the COVID-19 epidemic, the sisters began developing this campus in earnest, designing, building, and opening in under 18 months the Village at Harmony Hill, a state-of-the-art assisted living community and memory care facility. That facility has maintained 89% occupancy since December of 2023, a rate that's pretty much unheard of in long-term care. The sisters then welcomed Our Little Village Learning Center, now the largest early childhood learning center in Cottington County, serving 120 students with room for 100 more. Affordable workhouse housing has also been developed on the campus, with plans underway for student housing in partnership with Lake Area Technical College, single-family homes, and South Dakota's Challenger STEM Learning Center, now employing over 120 people, where there once were not only 29 sisters worked. Harmony Hill has really become an economic engine and a model of an intergenerational community. The Benedictine sisters have answered their final call, your final call, not by stepping back, but by truly leaning in and planting seeds that will last for generations. So what I'd like you to do now is please help me welcome the prioress, Sister Barbara, to come up and receive the award and offer a few remarks.
Joining me here is Sister Terry Hoffman, who was the prioress previous to myself.
And we
Do you want to be
honor
in front
you
of it?
with
Do you want to be in front of it?
in the power invested in me by the Board of Directors of the South Dakota Hall of Fame. We award the Mother of God Monastery and all of the Benedictine sisters this Act of Excellence Award for 2026 for your service to the community, your extraordinary service to the community. So, photos.
Maybe we could do those after remarks. You have my paper. I think she might have.
Okay, never mind.
Do you have her papers?
That's all right. Usually I don't even write my remarks down, but I figured I better be a little more practical and time managed here, so I wrote them down. Welcome to our monastery home. When Jerry Lickness contacted us several months ago about this recognition, we were surprised, we were honored, and we were humbled. Accolades have never been the goal or desired outcome in our service to God's people. However, it is evident to us today, in more ways than I can name, that what you do with your life matters. I could spend hours, maybe days, honestly, telling you about the 9 years of due diligence, consultation with experts, and decision-making it took to bring the village of Harmony Hill to life. Those are relevant facts for sure. However, there are two important foundational elements to the story of the Benedictine Sisters of Mother of God Monastery: 1874 and transformation. First, transformation. I hear that word tossed around a lot. It's in the leadership material I read, podcasts I listen to, and strategic plans organizations hope to employ. Having lived a transformative 9 years with my sisters, allow me to share the most accurate description of transformation I have found. This is from David White. He's an Irishman, a thought leader, and a poet. Transformation is to hit current reality at high velocity and energy and watch it break apart into a million tiny pieces upon impact. Let me repeat that. Transformation is to hit current reality at high velocity and energy and watch it break apart into a million tiny pieces at impact. The story of Mother of God Monastery and Harmony Hill, previously Carpenter Hill, are part and parcel of the larger Dakota Territory story. In November of 1874, 5 Benedictine sisters from Maria Rickenbach Monastery in the Swiss Alps stepped onto the shores of the Hudson River in New York Harbor. They headed west, stopping in Maryville, Missouri. A few sisters hoped to start a monastery there, and they did. It's in Clyde, Missouri, a few miles away. Few sisters hoped to start a monastery there, and they did. But the rest traveled west, pausing in Zell, South Dakota. The bells that call us to prayer each day are the original bells from that monastery school. Some of our sisters, Sister Rebecca is one, went to school there, and some of our sisters taught there. So why would 5 sisters leave Switzerland to come to the Dakota Territory to be challenged by prairie winters, poverty, and a language they knew not? They listened with the ear of their heart to God to understand what transformation they needed to be about so they could feed the hungry, clothe the naked, heal the sick, and seek justice for the oppressed. They listened and responded, focusing on what was theirs to do in that moment. This group of women didn't stop in Zell. They continued to Yankton, South Dakota, Rapid City, South Dakota, Bismarck, North Dakota, Cottonwood, Idaho, and Mount Angel, Oregon, and founded monasteries there. We have quite the genealogy at Mother of God Monastery. In 2017, while working with Dr. Beth Lipsmeyer Dunn and Dr. Ted Dunn, we became committed as a community, and we were 51 sisters at that time. We entered a journey of transformation, which meant hitting our reality at high velocity and energy, because religious life as we had known it was unsustainable in its current form. We asked ourselves, what's ours to do in this moment? Did we want to close in on ourselves and die in this building, which has been our only monastery home? Or do we want to choose a path, like our foremothers, that would be life-giving for us and others? Again, transformation is to hit current reality at high velocity and energy and watch it break apart into a million tiny pieces at impact. We looked at those million tiny pieces from that impact and learned quickly that transformation is not a transactional process. Transformation requires deep assessment of systems, processes, and people, and a willingness to break and disrupt everything so that something new can be birthed from the remnants. So we got to work. Anybody who hangs around with us knows we are not shy about working. But most of all, we listened to God and discerned how to best take care of ourselves and others in this part of our communal journey. In 2019, and after exhaustive regional and national search, we couldn't find a healthcare partner. But we weren't ready to let go of the idea that we should remain here on the hill together. We even thought about telling Joy Nelson to put a for sale sign up at the roundabout because we didn't know what we would do with 485 acres. It was a year of grieving and many tears. And again, listening and letting go. In 2020, a month before COVID disrupted all of our lives, Michael Klott literally knocked on our door like a cold call salesman, saying, I want to help you. With Doctors Beth and Ted and Michael, we forged ahead, defying the naysayers who said, you're too old, it's too risky, and you can't make decisions quick enough. As pioneering women, and like our foremothers, we made inroads and connections where none existed. We partner with Catalyst Construction and Plunkett Racist Architects, American Bank and Trust, many local contractors who have become like family, state entities such as the Governor's Office for Economic Development and South Dakota Housing, the Diocese of Sioux Falls, Costello Development, the Good Samaritan Society, Big Stone Therapies, the City of Watertown, Cottington County, the Village Board of Directors, just to name a very few. Before I go any further, I want to mention the success of the village. And again, we weren't after accolades. We opened the doors 3 years ago in May of 2023, And by December, we were 89% full, and it has remained at that high of occupancy level or higher. The fruit of our labor and the truth of our discernment was affirmed. This year, under the guidance of Krista Beauchamp, the administrator of the Village Senior Care, we earned a national award from U.S. News and World Report as the best senior living in the whole state of South Dakota, and a bronze award from the American Healthcare Association for excellence. Today, it is fitting that you join us in our chapel. This is the place where we spend the most time together. Being a Benedictine sister is a total body experience. The practices and values, prayer and work of Benedictine life have transformed the hearts, minds, and souls of thousands of people since its inception by Benedict of Nursia in the year 529. That's right, we're 1,500 years old. Over the last 1,500 years, Benedictine men and women professed monastic vows of stability, obedience, and a commitment to continuous conversion of life in the Christian tradition. For the Benedictine Sisters of Mother of God Monastery, our vow of stability as monastics here in Watertown means that we spend our time being still here. We stand firm here, and we are rooted to the people and this place here. It is this stability that allows us to write this chapter in our history and in Watertown's history. Even in our sunset years, we continue to feed the hungry, clothe the naked, heal the sick, and seek justice for the oppressed with great conviction. We know that everything we have is a gift from God, and it was given to us to steward. It's a gift from God that our work and service to the people of God matters. On behalf of the Sisters of Mother of God Monastery, past and present, for the 20 founding members that still are alive today, we are deeply humbled and grateful for this recognition. Thank you.
I don't think any more need be said. On behalf of the Hall of Fame, the Board of Directors, this community, we thank you and we welcome you to the Hall of Fame. I believe we have
Just a few more things to say.
Okay.
We want to invite you all to our ceremony, our honor ceremony, which is on September 11th and 12th in Oakoma and Chamberlain. And on Friday night, September 11th, the sisters will be recognized again. And so we hope that we have a representation there Friday night, September 11th. In addition, there's an exhibit that we will are creating in the center, in the Visitor and Education Center, about the sisters and this award, and that will be there for a year-long exhibit. We'll have a statewide press release and many other mentions of this recognition. So it's not just today that we're celebrating. So thank you, Barbara. That was marvelous, marvelous speech.
If some of the sisters, I think we're doing some pastries. Is there any reception? I just wanted, okay. But Sister Barbara and others, I'm sorry, any others that want to be here with the Hall of Fame, we'd like to present and do a picture in front of the Hall of Fame with as many of